Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the eWRF E708TM3 video transmitter. This is power adjustable, accepts a voltage range of 6 to 25 volts. It's 5.8 gigahertz, obviously 48 channels, and I think it's power switchable between 25, 200, and 600, and then there's 3 lights here for that. I'll go over that in a second. Has a little LED indicator for your bands, channels, and power. You get 2 buttons here. The top button changes your power, the bottom changes your bands and channels. You've got I think it's a 7-pin connector here on the bottom. And the pinouts here are labeled from top to bottom. You got 5 volts out, ground, video in, that goes to your camera. Then you got audio in, also to your camera. Then you have this pin here called PWM OSD in. This lets you change your power settings and your bands and channels via the Betaflight OSD, and I'll actually cover that feature in more detail a little bit later. And then the bottom 2 pins here, you would connect your power. You can connect the battery in this case, or you can cut that off in direct solder. It says ground and power in, and the voltage range is 6 to 25 volts. Now we'll cover the SmartAudio feature using the Betaflight OSD and more in depth later in the video. I'm going to first show you how to change your bands and channels and power settings using the buttons. This is more traditional, and if you don't want to go through the hassle or don't have a Betaflight OSD, then you can obviously change everything using these buttons. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so I got it powered on, and it's a little hard to see. This LED is not that bright. You can see I'm on band D, channel 7. If you short press the button here, it will change your channel. So I'm going to channel 8, and then 1, 2, etc. If you long press the button, the letters should start flashing, and they'll change from D to E, and then long press it again, and now it's gone to F. Long press it again, and now it's on A. And you can see the little LED on the bottom right there is flashing. I think that means I'm on 25 milliwatts. If you press this button, okay, I guess you have to hold it. So press and hold. And now that second button is lit up, so it must mean that we're on 200 milliwatts. And we'll press and hold one more time. Now we've got all 3, and it must mean that we're on 600. So going to go back to just the bottom one lit. I think that bottom one just keeps on flashing, and we're on 25 milliwatts, I believe. But you can change all of these things via the Betaflight OSD, and I'm going to show you how we can do that. So I've already taken the video transmitter out of my QAV210 here. You're going to need something like an Omnibus F3 that has an OSD chip on there, and it's got to be the Betaflight OSD. This only works with the Betaflight OSD, as far as I know. I think there might be a way for it to work with MWSD, but I'm not 100% sure on that. You do need a free UART, a transmit pin on one of the UARTs, and I think I have UART 1 or 2 free on this one. I'll use one of those, and that'll go to the PWM pin here on the video transmitter. And so I'm going to wire this up. The connector here was for the other video transmitter, the ET526. So I'm going to wire this up to the 7-pin connector here, and I'll show you how this is wired up to these connectors. I'm not going to connect up audio, just the video and the power to the camera and the power to the video transmitter and the OSD pin going to the flight controller so that we can control the video transmitter. So let me hook all that up, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is how I have the video transmitter wired up. The 2 bottom pins here are the power coming in from the PDB. That's battery voltage plus ground. Green wire here goes to the transmit pin on UART2 for the Omnibus F3. And then the audio pin is blank. The white pin here is video to the camera, which actually goes to the OSD here. And then there's another white cable that goes to the camera there. And then the red and the black there for 5 volts and ground that goes to the camera right here. And that's pretty much all you got to do. Go ahead and we'll power it on. Okay, so I put something in front of the lens there so we can see the OSD, and we're going to bring up the OSD. And I want to go to Features. I want to go to VTX SA, Smart Audio, and you can see here it gives us information on what we're currently tuned into. We're on Fat Shark 7, and the mode we're in is in freestyle mode. The other mode that you can be in is race mode or R. And that shows your frequency, 5860, and then the power you're transmitting at. So I'm currently transmitting at 200 milliwatts. So you can go through, and if you want to change your band here, you can change it to race band, or you can go backwards to Fat Shark, your Boss Cam. But I'm going to keep it on Fat Shark. And then you can see that I am on channel 7. Now, none of these changes you make here, don't actually take effect until you go down to set, and then you have to confirm it, and then it'll actually change your channel at that point. You can change your power here if you want, and I believe that's immediate. So 500, 800, I believe the maximum is 600, so the 800 is actually 600. And we're going to go back down to, you can go down to 25, or I think there's something called pit mode where you can actually go to almost 0. But I'm going to leave it on 200. So this is how you can change it within the Betaflight OSD. It's very convenient, and the video transmitter costs like 14 bucks. It's a pretty good deal. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this review. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the setup, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.